Facebook, Padare.
Okay, good.
Ayasaba makwala. Ayasaba makwala. Tubula tubu. Tubula kirela. Tubula kirela. Ayasaba makwala. Ayasaba makwala. Kerela tubu. Kerela tubu. Kerela tubu. Kerela tubu. Ayasaba makwala. Ayasaba makwala. Kerela tubu. Kerela tubu. Kerela tubu. Kerela tubu. Siyasaba lezinja. Siyasaba lezinja. Kerela tubu. Kerela tubu. Tubola, 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 tubola. Get your mama yegele. Sena pano waiso. Get your mama yegele. Sena pano waiso. Kerela tubola, kerela tubola, kerela tubola, tubola tubola. Get your mama yegele. Sena pano waiso. Get your mama yegele. Sena pano malema. Isipa mindengane. Makarofa. Isipa mindengane. Makarofa. Get your mama yegele. Sena pano waiso. Get your mama yegele. Ambayambola. Isipa mindengane. Oh, seven. Isipa mindengane. Niggas, ibazuga. Isipa mindengane. Makarofa. Ayasaba makwala. Ayasaba makwala. Ayelele.
Good morning, good afternoon, Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you always for being here. Tonight, we are discussing the topical question, Zimbabwe at Crossroads. And of course, we are meeting at a time when ZANU-PF continues to make a fool out of itself. And of course, it is also in the process making a fool out of all Zimbabweans. As we are speaking, Zimbabwe has become a laughingstock, not only in the SADC region, but also in the whole world. ZANU-PF, Emerson Mnangagwa, together with their surrogate, Shabangu, he says we must pronounce this name very well. Does he deserve that? Of course, working together, they have caused a crisis in Zimbabwe, a parliamentary crisis in Zimbabwe. We have a crisis in our councils. We have a crisis, of course, with our judiciary as well. We have a governance crisis. We have a leadership crisis. And of course, this program is going to give solutions to all that. Should we perish or we rather fight? Let me cross over to the UK, where my partner in crime, now she wants to be called Comrade Banyangu. Welcome to the program, Comrade Banyangu.
Chief Soshe, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Zimbabwe, from wherever you are. Lingabe livuka njani la chona njani umthwakazi omuhle emagumbini amane omhlaba. Yebo comrade Vanyangu ligama. Sesiphendukile uhlelo Padare namambo Soshe edale lenduna yako Soshe. Ngiyethemba liyayibona i-topic yethu kuthiwa fight or perish. Siyabona okwenzakeleyo. Siyakwazi ukuthi ilizwe lonke, umhlaba wonke uzondile. Ikakhulu abantu bemathebeleland yiwo abachaywe kakhulu ngumuntu lo kuthiwa nguChabangu. Anzi Chabangula wayona ile photo yakhe yanzi ndiChabangula. Vanhu vari bitter, Chief, I want to salute the people of Bulawayo, the people of Matabeleland, who went and did their protest vote, Chief. They knew their MPs were not competing. Vakaenda vakandoisa vana X, vakanyora mazita ema-MPs awo asipo, vakanyisa vana X. And that's why my spoiled papers, there were too many. Amacha haana kutoburiswa. We know how ZANU-PF operates. Yebo mthwakazi omuhle. Indaba esingayo namuhla ngeke ngakhuluma phambilini ukuthi abantu bazondile. Wena uthini? Uzondile yini? Kumbe uthi siyekele izinto zinjalo. Silabantu abasivakatsheleyo, silabantu abasetekeleleyo, abanye base-UK, abanye base-South Africa, abanye base-Zimbabwe, ukuthi sizoxoxisana ngodaba lolo lukhona. I-elephant le kuthiwa indlovu leyi esingene ekhaya esimele siyilwise, indlovu le kuthiwa nguChabangu esebenza lezanu. Ngithemba sonke sikubonile Mceke ukuthi uChabangu usebenza ngezanu. Chief, pane mumwe angachisa aita analysis yandinakidza atizvo maballot papers ZEC yakaprinta maballot papers anga aine macandidates eCCC yachamisa akaprinta mamwe anga asina. Hanzi because hazvigoni kuti judgment yakabuda na11 usiku, mangwana acho wagofuma wachivhota mapolling stations achivhurwa exactly 7 o'clock. How many hours in between from 11 to 7? How many hours? Where did they print those ballot papers? What time did they print? Mamwaenda kunana Lupani. How did they get to Lupani on time? Whereas the election, the 23rd of August election, everything was in order. My ballot papers are printed on time, but the voting, wakatanga kuvota na 12 at midnight. So we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We want to discuss the way forward because we are the citizens. The way forward is not going to come from Nelson Chamisa. The way forward is not going to come from the leadership of CCC. The way forward is going to come from us, the citizens. Thank you so much. Over to you, Chief Shosh.
Yes, let's cross over to Finland, where we have our sister there. She's not a sister in crime, but she is a comrade. She is doing a parter, as Barbara is saying, that it's up to us as citizens to come up with a solution to the problems in our country. Please take a few minutes to greet our viewers and listeners, Estelle.
Thank you, Chief. A warm welcome to you all, our Change Radio viewers and listeners, regardless of where you're joining us from and on which platforms, whether you're on ZimEye, Shepherd, Yuda, Cookman, or traditional Change Radio platforms. We would like to extend a warm welcome to you all. And as Chief pointed out, we're going to be talking about the way forward. We were hoping to have the progressives with us tonight, but if you might have noticed, there was a comment earlier on from the progressive Zim community, which I'm citing there. It says, our apologies, we won't be able to join. So we will improvise. We will talk to... We do have a guest among us. If you have questions, feel free to post your questions in the comment section. And remember to share this live to other pages so we can have many other people coming in. Back to you, Chief Sos.
Thank you, Estella. And of course, we do have Mr. Makokoa here with us. He is from a progressive movement, one of the movements that is doing its part to ensure that we have freedom and democracy in Zimbabwe. They are part of the solution. They are a solution. They are trying to provide a solution. And that's exactly what we want, Zimbabweans. We want solutions here. You know, Change Radio is striving to be a solutions center. So we are going to hear from our fellow citizens just to hear what they are doing in their part. And of course, the objective is to inspire every Zimbabwean, to inspire other people to do their part in the situation in Zimbabwe. At Crossroads, Mr. Makokoa, welcome to the program. Please do take a few minutes to greet our viewers and listeners. And of course, we want to get right into it. Please tell us about Progressive after greeting our viewers and listeners. Who is Progressive? What it is about. We have seen actually the good things that you guys are doing. So I'm sure a lot of people want to hear who is Progressive.
Thank you for inviting me to talk on this powerful station of yours. It's a pleasure to greet all the Zimbabweans everywhere and to thank the host as a team there for inviting me to come and represent the organization that we believe is part of the solution for our problems in Zimbabwe.
Yes. So who is Progressive? Can you tell us more about that? Obviously, all our viewers and listeners are all ears to hear about this movement that has set tongues waging all over in the diaspora and even in Zimbabwe.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you Progressive Zimbabwe Foundation. Progressive Zimbabwe Foundation is an organization, it's a non-governmental organization, which is a non-partisan organization. We are neither Triple C, we are neither ZAPU, we are a citizens movement because we believe all Zimbabweans have a party to play in bringing solutions to the problems that we are faced with in Zimbabwe. We have come to a point where we believe no single individual, no political party, no single organization can single-handedly tackle the issues and problems that we have in Zimbabwe of an intransigent government that is insensitive to the human, insensitive to its citizens. So we as progressive Zimbabweans, just hold on. Just give me a minute. Just hold on.
Okay.
I'm just changing my statement here.
Okay, that's fine. Let me, yes, those who are just joining us, we are talking to the progressive movement here, and it's interesting, really interesting that we already have citizens that are saying we are the answer to the situation in Zimbabwe, and that's exactly, folks, what we want. We want people that bring solutions. We want citizens that come up with ideas and ways of dealing with the situation in Zimbabwe. We are tired. We are tired of those that just come with problems, point out the problems. You've seen even award-winning journalists just coming with, all sorts of issues. You should have done this. We should have done that. We don't want that. We want people that say, let's do this. And they begin to do it themselves. And that's exactly what we are seeing with the progressive movement. They are doing it themselves. Barbara, are you not impressed with what these guys are doing as we wait for Mr. Makokova to come back briefly?
I think that's exactly what we are supposed to be doing, Chief. Each and every Zimbabwean has got a role to play. Today, I read a tweet by Anzi Musengezi, that Saibeth Musengezi, to say people should stop pointing fingers at Chamisa, to say Chamisa must act, Chamisa must do this. And he also challenged the people to say, imi makasungwa maoko here. It's like Zimbabwe is full of cowards, Chief. Zimbabwe is full of cowards, and yet they want to point fingers to a leader who has also sacrificed his time, his family.
Okay, Barbara, it looks like Mr. Makokova is now ready to continue. Please go ahead, Mr. Makokova, and I also see we've been joined by another guest here. Please go ahead, Mr. Makokova.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the interruption. My battery was dying. So now I'm connected live. We can go for 6 hours. Right.
Excellent.
As we are saying, as I was defining Zimbabwe progressive, it's very important for people to know our organization. We are not a political party. And after saying that, a progressive Zimbabwean believes in action. This is the unique selling proposition that we have at progressives. We are standing down from the X spaces, from the keyboard warriors. We want to be on the ground. We are action oriented wherever we are, whether you are in Canada, whether you are in the UK, in South Africa, in Botswana. We encourage people to engage in projects that are action-oriented, that can make an impact in pushing things in Zimbabwe, that can knock sense in the regime. Because we have people who have written articles unending. We have people who debate on spaces endlessly, 24/7, bringing theories, but nothing, with no action plan. We come here to say, we at Progressive Zimbabwe, we are action oriented, and we have already started doing some actions in some areas. So this is Progressive Zimbabwe. I would want to define what I call a progressive Zimbabwean. A progressive Zimbabwean is someone who understands that Zimbabwe is a democracy. Is someone who understands that there is a dictatorship in Zimbabwe. It's someone who understands that the policies of the ZANU-PF regime are oppressing us. Is someone who dreams of a better Zimbabwe, where we have freedom of expression, where we have freedom of association, where we have an opportunity for everyone to grow and develop our economy. So this is a progressive Zimbabwe. So we are calling upon all citizens who believe in the agenda of progressive Zimbabweans to come together and join us, because we believe we cannot do it alone. We need every Zimbabwean to come and contribute, put their heads together, put their hands together, put their skills together, and work together. Tite mkombera pamwe, and push this regime out.
Wow, powerful, powerful. And yes, that's exactly what we want, and that's exactly what every Zimbabwean should be striving to do to become part of the solution, not part of the problem. Do we still have someone there? I thought there was someone who came, and are they still there?
Or they just dropped.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's push on
Okay, they just
Zimbabweans.
came back in. We now have Konzanani.
Okay, okay, okay. Welcome to the program, Mr. Konzanani. Just take a few minutes to greet our viewers and listeners, and then Barbara, you can go ahead after Mr. Konzanani has greeted our viewers.
Yeah, thank you, panel. Thank you, Soswe. Thank you, everybody on the panel. We sorry for being late. I'd like to say hello to the people that are listening to us. You are part of the program, as we are saying. All Zimbabweans need to come together, work together, be progressive, so we can, gain our country back. So, thank you, beautiful people, for tuning in, just to listen about the way forward as progressives. So, thank you.
Excellent. Over to you, Barbara.
Yes, thank you so much, Chief. Welcome, Comrade Konzanani. Welcome to this show, and thank you so much for joining us. This is exactly what we are looking for as Zimbabweans, because we can never win this war fighting from one front. We need all fronts to come together to fight for. We cannot remove a dictator as a political party or as a pressure group, but all progressive forces have to come together. And I think we've got a missing link, the part of Chief. I'm so worried. The part of workers. We need workers on our side as well. Workers cannot go quiet. They cannot go silent when the country is burning like this. I've been reading my comments, and so far there are two people who said Chamista must pull out or from the government. The MPs, the senators, the council, and they should pull out. And please, we should advise our president to remove everyone from this government, and we wait for SADC resolution. SADC resolution, yes, it can come. And I know, Chief, this is very powerful. What this lady is saying is very powerful. I second this motion to say the MPs and the councillors in the Senate, they should pull out, because right now ZANU-PF has gained the two-thirds majority that they wanted. And for us to continue to be in the House of Parliament or Senate is just going to rubber stamp all the decisions that ZANU-PF is going to
Barbara,
make.
you're going to the next topic that we're going to discuss next. Can you go ahead? Let's Let's talk to Mr. Konzanani.
Is my mic open?
Yes, yeah, we just wanted you to give us just a brief, Mr. Konzanani, about the state of the progressive movement in the United Kingdom and maybe overall.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say progressive in the United Kingdom, because thanks to the media platforms that are connecting us as Zimbabweans wherever we are, be it Zimbabwe, America, South Africa, Australia, everywhere. So in terms of working together, we didn't work together because we are based in a certain location or United Kingdom. So we are just a group of Zimbabweans from different areas, um, understanding that we need to be together in order to push back on what is going on and in Zimbabwe. So that's how we're working. So we're not we didn't divide ourselves that, oh, this person is based in the UK or this person is based in America. So we came together on the media platform just to work together in terms of pushing back against this regime. So it's like a global network. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does. And of course, you guys have been doing a great job. We've seen the work that you have done in South Africa. We're going to come to that where you're just going to tell us what you have done. But how are Zimbabweans coming in, and how can Zimbabweans come in and help?
Yeah. How we can come in and help? We are a young, group. So we don't have, finances at the moment. So we're being financed by Zimbabweans that are understanding, the cause. Zimbabweans that are understanding, the reason of coming together to amplify our voices. So they are, donating in terms of finances. That's how we've been, doing all these practical things down the ground in South Africa, going to the Bay Bridge border, also, demonstrating at the consulate. It's because of Zimbabweans that understand that we need, to be more practical at the moment. And in terms of coming together, that's how we're going to amplify our voices. And also, that's how we're going to create a network as Zimbabweans in terms of, sharing ideas, in terms of sharing resources, even experience, on also, using our diverse skills and expertise to, challenge, this government. They say where there's a problem, there's a solution. So Zimbabweans are coming together to bring these solutions and helping in any way, they can. So that's how we've been doing things at the
Okay.
moment.
And how can we support? We have listeners here on YouTube, from Zimai, on Facebook, from Change Radio. How can all these people that are listening contribute? Do you have a link or something that they can use to jump on the link right now and support the good work that you guys are doing?
Yeah, in terms of we've got a coffee link. Those that want to, support financially in any way they can, $5, $10, whatever amount they have, that will be helpful. I don't know if the link has been shared with you guys, so they can, support us financially. And also, the other thing that can do is to just join progressives. We've got a Facebook account which has got less followers. I think we are about 70 now. We're, growing. I think 20 people because of you have followed us on Facebook, and also on Twitter we are more visible. I think we've got more than 1,000 followers there, so we do a lot there. So you can join us, and those that are for Zimbabwe and are progressive, they could also join us in our closed WhatsApp group, because we do want a lot of people, because they say if you want to achieve more, you have to work as a team. But if you do it solo, you always lose to a team. So we want, Zimbabweans to join us so they can share, their skills with us. So we can, promote that diversity. So we can promote that inclusivity and unity, of which is not happening a lot in Zimbabwe. There's a division between Shona and Develes, but we're saying let's come together. So we want every Zimbabwean to come together, because this war that we're fighting is complex. It is above politics, and it needs a lot of us. And the people that are fighting us at the moment, they're just above 2,000, and they're using other people. But in our millions, as we come together, we'll achieve more. We're not inventing any new wheel, beautiful people. It's been tried and tested by other communities out there coming together to achieve more. And as we come together, we'll gain our country back, and push back on this government. So there's also a website that we've created. It's going to be launched soon, and there's a membership being subscription. It's for free. So when it comes live, every Zimbabwean is encouraged to join there, because the progressive community is just for all of us. So we are Zimbabweans. So please, guys, take charge and be in control. Progressives is yours, so we can gain our country back. I hope I've done a bit of.
Yes, perfect. Stella, you can go ahead and also prepare to play one of the clips from Progressive Champions. I think it was in South Africa. If you have a clip ready, we can look at it and discuss.
Oh, thank you, Chief. So I'll just first like to inform our viewers and listeners that we posted a link to the Progressive Zimbabweans Facebook page. So feel free to jump on there, and I'm sure from there you can find other ways to communicate with them if you're interested in joining and in helping out one way or another. I would like to pose this question to any one of our progressive Zimbabwean comrades. Do you have presence in Zimbabwe, or are you limited to the diasporan community?
We
Yes,
are, thank you for asking that question. We are in the process of building structures. As we know, Zimbabwe is a very sensitive place for security reasons. We are not yet declaring our personnel that we are working with in Zimbabwe. It's still a clandestine movement. We are building structures, but quietly. So at the right time, we will see them in action at the right time. But at the moment, we are working underground.
I have seen.
Okay,
I've seen.
Estela, I just want to ask them this question before I forget. I want to ask them whether there are any future protests that you want to talk about that people should look forward to. We have seen some protests that you did in South Africa, and also, are you working with political parties in South Africa, or maybe the EFF, ANC, and are you also working with the Zimbabwean political parties that are in South Africa? Because I see most action is based, we are seeing it in South Africa. So maybe if you can talk more about that, and how best do you want people to join you. Sometimes people are afraid to say, I'm not a member, I cannot go there. How do I go there? So what have you got to say about to the people about the upcoming events? Do you have them? Are you working with political parties in South Africa? Are you also working with progressive political parties of Zimbabwe that are based in South Africa?
Okay. We work with progressive citizens of Zimbabwe and progressive citizens of the world. People who care about humanity, who care about progress, human progress. So we partner with all progressive forces. And in Zimbabwe, we partner with the Triple C, we partner with the ZAPU, we partner with the NGOs, all people that subscribe to the objectives of progressive Zimbabwe, which aims to remove the sitting government of Zimbabwe. We are bringing together. We want to bring everyone together, and going through from there we go in every country where we are, we seek partnerships with non-governmental organizations, political parties, NGOs, funding institutions that we can work with and support our cause. To come down to it, we are working with the EFF right now, and we are in negotiations with other opposition progressive parties in South Africa that is subscribe to our cause. So we are working with everyone who subscribe to our cause. So we are creating those partnerships, and very soon you will see us with raising different flags from different parties in South Africa at our programs. Even in Dudula, you may see them at our place, because we are saying we Zimbabweans, we are no longer happy to be in South Africa. We have overstayed our welcome. We want to leave South Africa. We want to leave South Africa peacefully. Please help us to liberate ourselves. So that is my long and short answer to your question.
Thank you. Thank you.
About future programs.
Yeah.
About future programs that are coming. We are drawing a map. As you know, these are political programs. Most of them we don't want to announce publicly, to say this is what we are going to do. We only announce mostly when it's imminent. But I would tell you, in the coming year, we hope to close Zimbabwe, Limpopo border. We have to close Chirundu border. We have to siege Zimbabwe, close all economic activities in Zimbabwe, because the idea is to put pressure. Because many people will ask me, what does it benefit you to make noise when you are in South Africa? Go to Zimbabwe. We are creating strategies to move into Zimbabwe and to put pressure into Zimbabwe. There is a lot that we can do externally to squeeze them, to make them pay attention, to listen to us. So this is just the beginning. With your support, we appeal for people to join our groups on Facebook, to join our groups on WhatsApp, to follow us on Twitter. We need everybody who is progressive to follow us, so that we can mobilize millions to fight this regime. Thank you.
Powerful.
Yeah.
To all that are just joining us, we are discussing the way forward in Zimbabwe right now, and we are hearing from some of our fellow citizens who are providing solutions, not only pointing out to problems or only pointing out fingers to other people, but they are actually coming out with solutions, and they are implementing. When they're talking about that, I know you don't want to talk about the future plans. That will be preempting what you want to do. We get that. Maybe Mr. Konzanani, you can walk us through. I know you wanted to add something to what Mr. Makokoa has said. You can do that, and also maybe give us a rundown of some of the activities that you have already done that people have seen, maybe even on social media. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no, to add to that, I just wanted to just explain the reason, break down the reason why we do not want to, let people know the details of our next move in terms of, the demos and things like that. So I wanted to give an example of, the Bedbridge border post event that was done. That was the first one. That is the main reason why we said we revised everything and said we are not going to be announcing, every detail of any event that we're going to be doing. So we announced that one. It was on Twitter. It was everywhere. The Bedford demo. So what ZANU PF did, it sent its intelligence, officers, and they collaborated with the South African intelligence because they were aware that something like that was happening. So the progressives went to the Beitbridge border post, um, and they were intercepted, by the intelligence. So they were told not to go ahead, and they were ushered back, to South Africa. And the Zim intelligence was at the border. You know, it only actually gave us hope because they had to spend their time in terms of coming to the border to intercept our people. It meant that whatever we're doing, it shook them. Um, so because of that, we're like, okay, you know what? Next time going forward, we're not going to announce anything. We're just going to, announce it on the day. So the other event that we did not announce was going to the consulate in Joburg. We went there unannounced, and there was no interception or whatsoever, and it was successful. And the recent one that we did again, we went back again because the demands that we requested were not met in terms of fresh elections, in terms of releasing the war prisoners like Job Sikala, Ngari Vume, and all the other people all political prisoners. So we went back again third time. Our demo, our third demo. I think it was intercepted because when we got there, um, uh, the offices were already locked, but the people were outside, waiting to take, passports and birth certificate and things like that. So the progressive continued with their march and all that, and then the people that were the neighbors, actually the neighbors, the people that have got premises around the consulate, they started actually um speaking to the people in the consulate to say open because people are outside. That's when we knew that okay, they are already inside. And that uh, and they pretended as if you know the consulate was not functioning on that day. Um, so because of the pressure, they ended up opening the offices. Um, yes, there were some altercations. People started fighting because of frustration, like Zimbabweans that were lining up for passports and their birth certificate. That's another corruption that we can highlight. They had paid uh, to secure the lines. They also paid, for these forms. So because of that frustration, seeing the progressives out there marching, they started fighting, throwing stones, and unfortunately, 3 people got injured and 1 person got hospitalized. But they say where there's a commotion, people can find each other. So Progressive reached out to these Zimbabweans that were lining out for passports, and they explained themselves to them. They understood everything. After that, they joined Progressives because they understood the mission that we were coming for at the consulate. So we stopped consulate from operating for about um, 4 hours until they called in the police to come and restore order at the consulate. Thank you.
You can continue to talk. I just wanted to play the video in the background as you're describing it so people see what you're talking about at the same time.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So we are thankful that in that commotion, Zimbabweans understood our mission, and we ended up coming together uh, in terms of pushing back against the government. So that's why we're encouraging people out there to continue sending the gospel that we are progressives and we are for everyone, and we need to come together as Zimbabweans to resolve our problems. Because this thing of just going to get passports and also birth certificates, it is a temporal measure. It's not permanent. It's not going to resolve our issues. So we need to come together. We need to think about long-term solutions. And the long-term solution is to remove this government so that our country can work for all. That is our goal.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Konzanani. Can you now play the video, Estella, so that people can hear?
All right.
Zimbabweans say they cannot bear the economic and political hardships in their country any longer. And this follows a protest that happened at the Zimbabwe consulate in Johannesburg on Monday, calling on the Zimbabwe president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, to step down as he has failed to rule the country. This follows a raft of new taxes and increases announced as part of Zimbabwe's 2024 budget by Finance Minister Muthuli Nkube, which has been widely condemned. The increase in past.
Okay, that was the shorter version. Would you have preferred the longer version?
Yeah, just a bit of that as well.
All right, give me a moment for that.
Okay, you can go, Barbara, you can go ahead.
Okay. Nyabonga Chief Sose. Ngifuna ukubuza ubhuti wami lapha uZitkhonzanani. Ngifuna sikhulume lapha ngesakithi ukuthi abantu, because kulabantu abalalele ku-Change Radio la, si live ku-Change Radio umsakazo ngokwabo, si live ku-Zim Eye, si live ku-Change Radio Facebook, si live ku-Change Radio YouTube. We are also live ku-YouTube channel eka-Cooksman. So abantu abaningi basilalele ngesikhathi sona lesi esikhuluma ngaso kathesi. Bengifuna ukuthi ngizwe ukuthi licabangani njenge-progressive ngezinto lezi ezenzakalayo eZimbabwe, especially nxa sikhangele indaba eyama-MPs lama-councillors, isikakhulu eMatabeleland, yikho lapho kuchaywe kakhulu ukuthi abantu bayarecallwa, bakhitshwe, bayaliswa ukuvotelwa. The next thing sokuzawuthiwa sokungena abantu bezanu. Into engazake yenzakale koBulawayo ukuthi kuyaba labantu bezanu kumbe 7 MPs awezanu koBulawayo. Into eyisimanga. Lithini njenge-progressive?
I think wonke umuntu oyazi i-problem yeZimbabwe, or this complex situation that we're in njengama-Zimbabweans, bayawazi ukuthi udaba luvela ngaphi, le foundation yangikhona ukuthi iqala kuphi. iZANU-PF, it always wanted a one-party state. They started from 1980s or even before. So this is the agenda that they've been pushing. So to them, according to Mugabe, to be in an opposition party opposing the main government, it was a luxury to him. Into owayikhulumayo ngo-1980 ukuthi khona it's a luxury. Yena ufuna abantu ababambeneyo, and ufuna abantu abazasupporta just one political party, but they were just pushing their agenda. Fast forward, they did a lot of despicable things, killing their own people or killing people in Matabeleland as well. So khathesi sikubona, yes, we've been trying for the past maybe 20 years or so to get a credible government, government eyabantu, which has got ethical leadership. But iZANU-PF, it just breaks our constitutions left, right, and center. Bahlala bekwenza, and khathesi, yes, ama-elections laka August 2023, we can see ukuthi they were flawed, they were not fair, everything was rigged. Even ama observers, they said the same thing. SADC said the same thing, that the elections were not fair. Fast forward, Babuya lo Chabangu wabo. Chabangu is the same thing that they did when they used Douglas Monzoro. So they're just repeating the same thing. Katesa ama by elections la ama reruns, they put their own people. We were hoping ukuthi Kongona it was going to be fair ukuthi abantu bevotele abantu babo, but bazenzela into zabo, bazifakela abantu babo. So it's the same thing. This is ZANU-PF. That's why I was saying khathesi ukuthi Kongona abantu kumele sivule amehlo, you know, sibone ukuthi Kongona abantu laba, they're not for us. The only thing that they are pushing is just corruption. You know, it's just like, you know, that book. I think you guys also, maybe some of you read the book, or Animal Farm. That is what ZANU-PF is doing in our country. We saw the Al Jazeera documentary. They're just focused on our resources. And this is the reason why they are doing all these despicable things. Ogama reruns kona lokho, so that they can get 2/3 majority and go into the parliament and do whatever they want with our country. But we're saying, as Zimbabweans, enough is enough. These people that are controlling us, they're just above 2,000 people, maybe 2,200 or so, or more than that. But they're not above 3,000. But Tina, we are in millions. If we join our hands, you know, and our heads together, we'll be able to push back and fight these people. And I believe njengabantu, we've got innovative, creative ideas, we've got skills, we've got expertise, we've got experiences. In terms of Zimbabweans, when you look at the global community, any influential company, you will always find a Zimbabwean, and they're always doing good. Meaning, ukuthi thina wethu, if singacabanga kahle, we'll be able to fight back this crazy government, or satanic government, whatever you may call it. It's not a good government. They are not ethical leaders. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. It's just circus. It's just circus. Into zama recalls less, or even 23 August election. It was just circus. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Mr. Makokoa, you've been quiet for some time. But before I come to you,
I wanted
joined us.
I wanted to add to what Konzanani is saying. For us at Progressive Zimbabwe, we are saying the Chabangu and the parliamentary thing that is happening, it's child's play. Maumbwe. We need to play the real game. The real game is to confront the real problem. The real problem is Emerson Mnangagwa is the one we wanted to confront, because he is the one who controls Chabangu. So we wanted to deal with the root problem and uproot it, so that this toothache will never ache again.
Wow. So yeah, you actually preempted what I wanted to ask you, because Mr. Konzanani, you know, what he's saying, he is simply echoing the sentiments on the ground, because I think all of you here, you agree with me that people are angry. People are not happy with what happened in Bulawayo, especially, and of course what happened in Mavuku and Bridge. We are not happy, and the reason why we are having programs like this is so that we provide solutions to the national problem that we have. And as you pointed out, the biggest problem that we have, the elephant in the room, is Emerson Mnangagwa. So I was going to ask you about what you think we should do as Zimbabweans. I know you are already doing something as progressive, citizens. If you may just if you want to add to that, just capturing the anger that is engulfing Zimbabweans right now, what is the way forward in Zimbabwe?
Okay. The problem in Zimbabwe is deep-rooted. We are dealing with a subjugated mass that have been oppressed for so long that cannot believe that that monster can be uprooted. When you talk of removing ZANU-PF, they laugh at you, Sega, because to them it's unbelievable. So the thing that we are trying to do here is to inspire hope. From small activities, we grow to bigger activities and show the people in Zimbabwe and outside Zimbabwe that it is possible to build a grassroots-based citizen group, because there is no force that can overpower a people when they are united. The number one fear of Mnangagwa, wherever he is sleeping, is to dream of a Zimbabwe that is rising up from Limpopo to Zambezi, from Togo to everywhere. People rising up at every growth point, at every township. That's the worst nightmare for him. So we want to give people of Zimbabwe hope that it is possible to confront this regime in legal and proper means. So we are calling on people in diaspora and at home to say it is possible. They did it in Egypt. You know, the Arab Spring. They did it everywhere. It is possible for a people to come together and say, no, we fear Foko. It is possible. So we need to educate and inspire the subjugated people that through more acts of courage, that it is possible to challenge the regime. And with the few series of actions that are going to happen, you are going to confirm what we are saying, that we are within business and it is possible to shake this regime.
Wow.
Someone is saying we need to form a diaspora government. Chief, did you see that?
Yeah, that's what I want. I don't know about that. Champion Estella, you can go ahead and read all those comments together with this one that was just posed, and maybe some of our guests here can respond to that. And if you have anything that you want to add, Estella, you can go ahead.
As a progressive Zimbabweans, we are not yet there to think of creating a government in exile. But as an idea, it's a very good idea to form a government in exile, because once you have a government in exile, you have something that is recognized with other nations, progressive nations. You can get better support to push back against the regime. And when you finally push back the regime, you are already organized, ready to set in and run without any setbacks. So it's a good idea too, but it's not on our agenda as progressive Zimbabwe. But I personally support that idea.
Okay. There's someone on the who just joined us, Estella, right?
Yes, there's Masla Hlandlela. He hasn't had a chance to speak.
Mr. Masla, please go ahead and
unmute your mic.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
You want to repeat what you said to Andy Chabangu?
No. My sincere apologies, my sister. Please go ahead and greet our viewers and listeners, and just chime in the discussion we are having. We are trying to find solutions to what is going on in Zimbabwe.
You're muted, Mahlahlandlela.
It must be Mhlahlandlela.
Oh yeah, it's Mahlahlandlela. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think he's Akafriza. He's frozen.
They keep muting and unmuting. I think they're trying to. Maybe they're having audio problems.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to the comment section as we begin to round up. We want to give our guests time to just say their final remarks.
Okay. Should I say something about this diaspora government?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but I don't think we necessarily need to form a diaspora government. We just need to, come together as Zimbabweans. Like we said, we've got innovative and creative ideas. We know what we want.
Network challenges on my side. Sorry to interrupt you, Comrade Konzanani. I would like to appreciate everybody on the platform. Yes, I'm not a member of the Progressive, however, I am a member.
You're fading off, my brother. Can you speak up and maybe closer to the mic?
Oh yes, thank you very much. My name is Bongani Mhlahlandlela. I'm based in South Africa. I am actually a leader. I'm actually a leader.
Yeah, his network is a little bit poor.
Having network challenges there. You can go ahead, Mr.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can go. Yeah, we can hear you. Please just stay close to your mic.
Maybe if he can drop, Chief.
Okay.
Maybe if he can drop and come back again, because even if he starts talking, he keeps on fading off.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I was saying I've been observing the activities of Progressive Zimbabwe's Foundation. It is actually encouraging to see Zimbabweans waking up and coming forward in this struggle that we are in. They've actually given hope to many people who are hopeless. And only recently, I noted that they've been assisting the needy. They've been helping the needy in the streets of Johannesburg, feeding the destitute. And also, I noted that they are a caring organization. One of their colleagues who actually supported their program in Eastgate, I saw videos where they had visited that victim and assisted, and even went to the extent of taking that person to the hospital at their own expenses, which actually shows that they are a caring organization, and they are not an organization that just speaks to the people, just speak rhetoric, but they actually action oriented, which is all what we need for Zimbabweans to do. We've noted quite a number of their activities, including going to the border where they faced challenges. I've been
Yeah. My brother is having network challenges. You can drop and then come back again. We'll definitely give you a chance to speak. We wanted to hear more of those activities?
Their
Yeah, Estella, you may have to stop him so that he can come back.
which is actually encouraging as well.
And then we can go ahead and go to the comment section. Let's hear what the people are saying. Estella, over to you.
Okay. Lynette Dube says police and military, they are very coward. They are protecting ZANU PF instead of people of Zimbabwe. It's very sad. Please, if they are listening here, they must change their behavior. Nicholas Munumtapa is commenting on the idea of forming a external government. He says, I am afraid forming a government in exile is too risky for a number of good reasons. Remember, ZANU is well positioned under our skin. My 2 cents here. Those are his sentiments concerning that issue. Miriam Banda says, 43 years, bakubona, I'll try and read the belly. Bakubona kulipi lizwe okuti nguwe sikatele tina. Champion Barbara.
Barbara,
Okay,
and
that's
how
enough.
we end up making Estella donate to progressive city movement.
How much? 25.
Yes. You must donate.
Yes.
Why,
But
I shall learn to
but
speak the
but
Bebe.
she tried, although she was reading like she was speaking like the Pope, eh? The Pope.
I was waiting for your feedback, Champion Barbara, and
No, you tried. You tried.
thank
You
you,
tried,
thank
Estella. Keep it up.
you, thank you.
Okay, yeah, let's go to champion Konza. Well, Barbara, you can go ahead and just say a few words as we begin to round up, and then
No.
we go to Konzanani, and then
No,
rather.
I think Comrade Konzanani should just go ahead. He wanted to say something about the government in exile.
Well, yeah. Well, I wanted to say, well, that's a good idea, but um, I don't think something like that will be adopted. The only thing we can do, yes, maybe to create something of that similar nature is just Zimbabweans coming together in the diaspora, because we know our issues, we know our problems, and we know the government that we want. When it's all said and done, when we remove, ZANU PF from power, because I believe that they are illegitimate, and after that, that government that will be formed under a lot of things, because we want a credible government. We want, leaders that are gonna, lead the people in the right manner. That is what we call ethical leadership. So this is what we want after it's all said and done. Yes, maybe yes, people want to form a government, but that government has to be on the ground. So for now, let's fight this system, and then after it's all said and done, that's when we're going to, do political reforms. That's when we're going to do a lot of things, challenging, this rampant corruption that we're seeing, also challenging the issues that we saw during the elections, all these rigged elections. We say where there's a problem, there's always a solution. So we know our problems. So when we've removed ZANU PF as a people, working with political parties and other civil society government organizations, what we're going to do as progressive is promote transparency and accountability, and that is not there in Zimbabwe. because that kind of a government will encourage, will also, encourage, Zimbabweans to put a robust, a system that will, fight corruptions, or in other words, anti-corruption laws will be established if we promote, transparency and accountability when we've removed, ZANU-PF. And the other thing that we need to do is as a people, the thing that we're fighting for today is to strengthen our electoral, processes, so that, when we start, when we do things like, voting and all these other things that we're crying for, there will be fairness. All the political parties that are competing, on the ground, they will have, a fair chance. At the moment there's no fair chance. So we need to also implement, things like voter education, programs, because people are not aware, back home, and all that, about their rights. Also, we need to ensure access to media, platforms for all political parties. At the moment in Zimbabwe, there's nothing like that. We know ZTV is only supporting ZANU-PF. For all these years, we did not see, opposition parties having equal chances, or, are being given a chance to go and express themselves in the media platforms. We don't see that. So that's what we're fighting for. That when it's all said and done, we're going to restore all those things. We're also going to increase, our civic engagement. We were going to encourage, the citizens to actively participate in the democratic processes. We're going to promote things like voter education initiatives, and then we're going to engage also civil society organizations, you know, uh, so that they can empower our people, so that our voice, voices of the people can be heard. you know I spoke about, independent media. I think there are creative Zimbabweans here. Even you guys, now, right now, you've created a media platform to come in, for us to come and express ourselves. We want Change Radio, whatever media platform it is, you know um, um, to give more political parties or more organizations a platform to express themselves. This is the tomorrow of Zimbabwe, not this ZBC or whatsoever that is just focused on ZANU PF only. So we hope that as Change Radio, you are going to continue to grow and be the best at what you do, and also represent everyone. Even maybe ZANU PF, when they've redeemed themselves, maybe you can give them a chance, because this is what we're advocating for. And also, in terms of international relationship or cooperation, we haven't been cooperative. Look at what happened in 23 August, or even before 2018 elections. Um, the government was told to change, a number of things. Even up to date, they haven't changed anything. There's no political reforms. But we want to create a system where we are going to collaborate with organizations in terms of anti-corruption, seek support in the international community to exert pressure on this government that is not supporting people, you know, and then also empower civil society organizations, so that we can do more as Zimbabweans and change our country for the better. And all these resources that we have, they'll be distributed accordingly. Look at our hospitals. They're failing. Why? It's because of the government that is misusing our resources. So this is what we want as progressives. When it's all said and done, when we've removed ZANU-PF from power, we restore all these things. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Comrade Konzanani. Sithanda ukubonga mthwakazi omuhle bekulithuba elihle ukuhlanganela kanye ku-Change Radio, umsakazo ngokwawo Change Radio YouTube, Change Radio, Facebook, ZimEye, Cooksman, YouTube. Namhlanje besila abantu bemzini kuthiwa iZimbabwe Progressive Zimbabwe Community. Enthemba lizizwile bayalinxusa lapho elingabe likhona umhlaba wonke jikelele ukuthi libajoyine silwe nini impi leyi sindawonye. Sithanda ukuthi sibabonge umsebenzi abawenzayo okukhankasa ikakhulu imibhikisho le abayenzayo eSouth Africa. Hayi siyabachayela ihlombe kakhulu angani ingaze iyethutsha laseZimbabwe i-organization le ukwenzela ukuthi inike kumbe iqinise abantu abaseZimbabwe. I think lapho sesifike khona kathesi akusela ngenye indlela sesizamile ukuba peaceful, sesizamile ukuthi sizame ukuthatha ipower ngama-elections, kodwa indlela iZANU-PF ebehave ngayo iyesenza ukuthi abantu bagcine sebesebenzisa ezinye indlela eziku-constitution njalo ukwenzela ukuthi khona ilizwe lethu phela leZimbabwe lilunge. Sithanda ukulibonga baba Makhokoba, sithanda ukubonga mnumzana ngokubuya nxa lilamanye ama-organizations angabe efuna futhi ukuthi sikhulumisane lawo ku-Change Radio, bakhululekile. I-Change Radio umsakazo wabantu, umsakazo we-community yeZimbabwe, umsakazo wabantu abangela voice. It's an alternative to ZBC, so we accommodate everyone who is progressive, everyone ofuna ukubona i-change kwele Zimbabwe, regardless of gender, race, tribe, political affiliation. That's who we are as Change Radio. Thank you so much. Over to you, Chief.
Thank you, Barbara. Estella, please go ahead, and then go to Mr. Makoko. Your last word.
Yeah, my closing remarks. Thank you, Chief. Thank you to progressive Zimbabweans for what you are working on, for what you are doing for our country and for our people. And to all our viewers and listeners, I would just like to leave them with this emphasis on what the progressive Zimbabwe are working on, to mobilize all Zimbabweans, all citizens, to play their role in holding the government to account, in applying pressure on the government, because the only reason why ZANU-PF has been able to keep us under oppression for almost 43 years is because we have never done anything to hold them to account. As a people, we are the only ones who have the power and the mandate to hold the government, who are our employees. It is us who employ them. It is us who elect them into power. And it is us who pay their salaries from our taxes and from our national resources. So it is us who have the authority and the power to fire them and to replace them. And as long as we wait for somebody somewhere to do something about our situation, nothing is going to change, because we are the ones who have that duty. We owe it to ourselves and to our future generations. So I would just like to thank our guests for their powerful submissions, and to encourage every Zimbabwean to visit their Facebook page, their Twitter handle, their website, and follow them, join them, and let us all play our role. Thank you. Back to you, Chief.
Yes, powerful. The links are there. The links have been posted in the comment section. Jump on them and join a progressive movement. They are doing a good job. That's what we are trying to do here as Zimbabweans, to provide solutions to our big problem. And progressive citizens are doing exactly that. Your last words, Mr. Makokola, to the situation in Zimbabwe. What do you say to the people of Zimbabwe in Zimbabwe and also in the diaspora?
Thank you. I want to say to the people of Zimbabwe, I want and I beg that you listen to me very carefully, because what I'm going to say is very important for the deliverance of Zimbabwe, for the liberation of Zimbabwe, for Zimbabwe to attain its freedom. I want to tell a story that happened around 1994. A young, beautiful girl who worked at Chaminuka House, the CIO head office of Zimbabwe. She was abducted by the regime and she disappeared. Her name was Rashiwe Guja. When she was abducted, the news, the message went into the media. A search was made. There was a loud cry for the life of Rashiwe Guja. It went on for months, searching for where she was. There were no leads leading to where she was. And up to today, nobody knows where she went. But what touched me, the center of the story, is what happened maybe 2 months, 3 months after Rashiwe went missing. The Rashiwe Guja family made placards and walked alone in the streets of Harare. And people watched them as if they were watching kudus in the game park. Kunge vari kutarisa nhoro, vanhu vanga vari kuchema injustice done to their family. No single Zimbabweans joined them. No churches joined her. No NGOs joined that family. They walked alone almost for a week, crying for justice. And there was no justice. It's an indictment on the people of Zimbabwe. To go with this proverb that says in Shona, Namo yekumba kwevamwe hairambirwi sasa. Namo yekumba kwevamwe kana ukasaijoina, namo ichauya kwako. Namo yekumba kwaGusha iri kumba kwedu nhasi. We have seen so many abductions. We have seen so many injustices. Kana tikaramba takanyarara, these injustices are going to knock at your door, each and everyone's door. And it's no fact chiurawa one on one. Nekuda kwokuti hatibatani nhamo yekubva kwavamwe hairandirwi sadza. A Jewish priest, a priest in Germany, said they came for the Jews. And I said, I'm not a Jew. I did not speak out for them. They came for the trade unionists. I did not say anything because I was not a trade unionist. The day they came for me, there was no one to speak for me. Dear brothers and sisters, let us unite. We have Job Sikala in prison, languishing in prison. His family is suffering. We sit home and relax and say, in Namo job scala. We can't do anything. Namo scala is going to know at your door. We have seen abductions, funerals, we in Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe, one by one. So what I'm saying, I'm calling on Zimbabweans to unite. Come and let's work together. Join Zimbabwe Progressive. That we may have one purpose, one goal, and one aim, and one push to push ZANU-PF, Pharaoh to go. We need the Pharaoh to go. Let us unite the people of Zimbabwe. Let's not be divided. Let's not be individualistic. We are stronger together than when we are divided. So at Progressive Zimbabwe, we are calling on all Zimbabweans to join us. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Lastly, we can do nothing without cash. Every activity that we do requires cash, requires funding. Wherever you are there in diaspora, think about us. We have a coffee link. Drop us something. Drop us something. Tipe umari, tite basa. We have a system of accountability in place. We have accountants. Every month, we have a committee that reviews our expenses and how the money was spent. And we are prepared to go public, to declare transparency, to say this is how we operate. Our goal is just to liberate Zimbabwe. And sometimes accountability is in the action.
And we are going to account for it publicly.
Chichitsva muZimbabwe, chichitsva muBulawayo, chichitsva muMantare, chichitsva muHarare, Masvingo. It's gonna happen. You will account for every cent in action. Muchazviona. Saka tiri kukumbira, visit our coffee link, drop us something. Tine zvihombe zviri mberi. United, we conquer. Thank you very much. God bless Zimbabwe.
Thank you so much, Mr. Makokova. Thank you, my brother, Mr. Konzanani, and everyone who was listening. We value our listeners on Change Radio and ZimI. Thank you for being with us this 1 hour 30 minutes. And like Mr. Makokova said, please do support the progressive citizens. They are doing a good job. We have seen the work that you're doing in South Africa, closing down embassies. That's what we should be doing in the diaspora here. You know, let's move away from our groups. Let's move away from our WhatsApp groups. I know Zimbabweans love to talk and converse on WhatsApp and analyze situations on WhatsApp, and then it ends there. You know, this time we are saying, get out of the WhatsApp group, get out of the comfort zone, stop being an armchair analyst. We are very good at that. Now is the time for action. We want people to do something, everyone to do something, wherever you are, in Canada, in South Africa, in Zimbabwe. It's time to get out and do something. I know people are saying, oh, members of parliament should get out of parliament right now. But let me tell you one thing. Those members of parliament are going to withdraw, and I support that completely. But if they just withdraw and sit at home, I'm telling you, we'll be at the same situation. Remember, on August 23, the election was stolen. Everyone saw it. SADC saw it. The international community saw it. But they can only do as much. SADC can only do as much. SADC will only come in when we, the people of Zimbabwe, have done something like what our progressive comrades are doing. They are doing something. So we can withdraw our members of parliament, but if we go and sit at home, don't you ever think that SADC is going to come and do the job for you. Don't you ever think that the international community, America, the United Kingdom, and anyone else are going to come and finish the job for you because you have withdrawn your members of parliament from parliament. It doesn't work like that. We need to do something. We need to get in the streets. We need to start acting. We need, I mean, why is it that right now as we are speaking, people in Mavuku are sleeping and a ZANU-PF person, has taken over Mavuku. Mavuku of all the places. Mavuku is like Magwegwe. Mavuku is like Pumula. It's like Highfield. That's where everything started. That's where our struggle began. And people right now, as we are speaking, they are seated at home. And here in the diaspora, people are talking. We are here on social media. We are there on WhatsApp groups. Go on all the WhatsApp groups. People are talking and speaking endlessly. That's not what we want. Get out of your armchair and start doing something right now. It's not a time for you to just speak on social media and speak on WhatsApp. If you can't be in Zimbabwe to do something, if you can't be in South Africa, or if you don't want to be seen at an embassy somewhere in the United Kingdom or here in America, then please support those guys that are prepared to do it. Jump on the coffee link right now and donate something. It's time for all Zimbabweans to be doing something. Kinako, thank you so much, Zimbabweans, for being here. We appreciate you. We're going to meet in other programs. Change Radio is for everyone. Like Barbara said, anyone who has a program, if you're doing something as a Zimbabwean, come speak to us and we'll talk about it. That's what we need right now. Action, action, action until Emerson Mnangagwa is driven out. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.
Saba makwala. Saba makwala. Gerela